She assumed I would crumble, begging for her forgiveness. That was her monumental mistake. When she scoffed, "Fine! Go ahead and walk away," her eyes sparkled with the smug certainty of someone convinced she'd already won. She believed I'd slink back, broken and desperate without her. But I simply collected my things in silence. No arguments, no pleading, just folded clothes, neatly aligned shoes, and the soft click of the door closing behind me. My quiet unsettled her. I saw the brief flicker of doubt in her eyes as I passed. She didn't understand that my silence was my deadliest weapon. 7 years of marriage had tied us together. 7 years of dinners shared in low voices, whispered promises. Nights I thought we were building a life side by side. I labored long hours, and she complained I looked exhausted. I believed I was securing our future. Meanwhile, she invited another man into our bed. At first, I brushed off the signs, the late-night text she hid by turning her phone face down, the unfamiliar scent of perfume clinging to her after errands, the cooling warmth and kisses that once radiated affection. I told myself it was stress, that love could still bind us. But love doesn't survive in shadows. Love doesn't giggle softly into a phone. The instant the shower hums start. Deep down, I sensed the truth long before I had proof. It hit me on a Tuesday. She hummed in the kitchen, phone lighting up with a message from an unknown man. His words were possessive, bold, the kind of man writes when he believes someone belongs to him. My throat tightened, a metallic bitterness filling my mouth. But I forced composure. She stirred a pot, smiling at me as if nothing were amiss. But the woman before me wasn't my partner. She was a stranger in familiar skin. I didn't confront her immediately. Impulsiveness belongs to the careless. Retribution belongs to the strategic. Methodically, I started gathering evidence, bank records, call logs, GPS trails from her car. I retraced our finances, uncovering lavish purchases I'd never known about, weekend wellness retreats that were really hotel trips with him. I hired a private investigator. Weeks later, I held photographs. Her fingers entwined with his, their lips pressed together in parking lots, bars, even outside the home I'd paid for. Every lie she spun was documented, dated, and stored in a file thick enough to crush her excuses. Then I began moving the pieces. I shifted my income to a new account, closed a joint credit card she'd been draining, and quietly consulted a divorce attorney her own father had once recommended. "If she ever betrays you, don't hesitate," he had said. The irony wasn't lost on me. While she giggled with her lover, I was forging a weapon from legal advice, paperwork, and unshakable resolve. The night she tried to break me came. She mocked me while I remained calm. She called me distant, accused me of no longer satisfying her desires. Then came the final taunt, dripping with malice. "If you're so unhappy, just go." She expected me to explode, to cling to her. Instead, I met her gaze with unwavering calm, turned and began packing. Her certainty faltered. "You're really doing this?" she asked, voice edged with unease. Yes, I thought. Nothing more. That night, I walked away. To her, it seemed like victory. To me, it was the first step toward her downfall. The storm broke soon after. Her father called, voice heavy with anger. "What's happening? Why did you abandon her?" I invited him over and handed him the dossier, photos, receipts, texts. His jaw tightened as he scanned it all. A man who valued loyalty and family honor above all now confronted his daughter's betrayal. When he finished, his hands trembled. He looked at me, fierce. "I'll handle this," he said. I didn't ask for details. I didn't need them. 2 nights later, her call came, panicked, quivering. "What have you done?" she demanded. I nearly smiled. "What do you mean?" I asked. "My father," she stammered. He had stormed in, photos in hand, furious. "He knows everything. I've disgraced him. He's down me," she admitted, sobs cracking through the line. The arrogance that had dared me to leave was gone. The woman who had mocked me now sounded like a child who had destroyed her own life. I said nothing. Silence, my sharpest weapon, struck again. Her world unraveled quickly. Her father cut financial support. Friends she had boasted to whispered about her betrayal. Her lover vanished the moment her funds dried up. I heard she had begged him to stay, but men like him don't love, they exploit. When the feast ended, he moved on. She reached out, tearful apologies and promises of change, but I was beyond her reach. My attorney filed for divorce. With undeniable proof of her infidelity, I kept the house, the savings, and even, unexpectedly, her father's quiet respect. I can still see her face when her father burst in, slamming the dossier on her table, roaring. Not fear, not anger, but the dawning realization that I wasn't the weak man she imagined. While she played her secret games, I had built a noose in plain sight. She thought I would crumble. Instead, I let her destroy herself. Now I sit in my home, calm and restored from the ruins she thought she left me in. Do I miss her? No, you can't miss a ghost. Do I regret it? Not for a second. She told me to leave, and I did. In doing so, I set her world aflame. Betrayal taught me silence cuts deeper than shouts. Patience slices sharper than rage. And when retribution comes, it doesn't need to roar. It only needs to whisper.